Morning guys, I'm out on a long run today, also taking the opportunity to explore a half marathon race I might be doing next month called Trails of Mena. There's a half marathon and a full marathon option for that race, and it's a new one that's never been done before, so thinking of doing the half marathon as part of my training and get to enjoy a race as well. So just exploring the route today. I'm not starting from the actual start point because the route actually passes in a village not far from my house, so starting and ending there just to save on driving, and it makes more sense. Just walking on this steep bit. My training plan says to do 18 to 20 kilometers today, and the route I've plotted is about 22, so I've got to take it really easy, walk where I need to. Oh, chicken. I'm on Postman's Lane now, which I've always thought was a bit of an unusual lane. It has a bit of a strange vibe about it. I always feel a bit weird when I come on here, which is not very often. It's very narrow, hardly ever see anyone. And there's just, yeah, this narrow, janky lane with an occasional property hidden in the woods. Just makes me feel a bit odd. Has a creepy vibe. That public footpath that goes off to the right there, down that lane, I tried following where it goes on the map, and it just seems to go to places where a footpath should be, but there's bits that Komoot shows you as like a circle with a line through, as if you're not allowed down there anymore. So it's pretty much a dead end effectively. Seems a bit of a waste. I've been trying to recover all week from the half marathon I did last weekend at Carsington. My legs have been a bit of a sore mess since then. Mostly my right knee's been giving me jip after the DOMs everywhere else calmed down. Then I did a park run yesterday at Mansfield, and yeah, my right hip feels a bit sore today. Could ever so slightly notice my knee when I got up. So I'll just take it really easy. If I have to turn around and go back, I will do. I should be okay. It's a rest day tomorrow. Right, so at the end of Postman's Lane we get to this sign. You can see the yellow Chesterfield round walk signs. The round walk passes through this way, and we're following it towards Rock Lane. As far as I can gather from the GPX file, the race starts somewhere in the middle of this farm, possibly on this big road that I'm on now. Not sure exactly, but wasn't too far from home to get to this point, so I've still got nearly 19k to go to get back to where I started. Right, I can see the M1 from here. We need to get to the other side of it. There's a trail through the fields there, and then we kind of run parallel to the motorway until we can duck underneath it, and then I think there's a nice nature reserve or something like that over towards Bolsover. I've never been to that before, so should be good. I keep wearing the Salomon Genesis shoes for my longer trail runs at the moment, just trying them out to see whether they'll be the race day shoes for the 50k in May. The Hoka Speed Goat 5 I wore 2 years ago in the race are still comfortable to run in with about 700 kilometers on them, but they're no good in the mud. They weren't great to start with, but now the lugs have worn down, they're, yeah, slippy slidey. So although I do have some mud claws at home, which makes all shoes seem a bit slippy, these Salomon Genesis do seem to be the second best pair I've got for muddy conditions. Not sure what it'll be like on the day, but if I can run long distances in these and my feet still feel good, then I'll probably go with them. I have to keep squeezing past these sharp spiky bushes or go through the mud. Done a combination of both. I'm right next to the motorway now and I've got muddy feet. I think I'm almost at the tunnel under the motorway. Oh no. I don't think I'll use this style. The last one was janky enough. Here we go. Ooh, under the motorway. Always a weird feeling. What's that? Yeah, that'll come in handy. Right, so it's a carry on along that farm lane from the motorway. Get to see Bolsover Castle on the hill in the distance. That was a tricky bit of navigation. Couldn't decide whether to go onto the farm property or not through the gate that didn't have any signs on it, which I ended up doing. Thankfully the next stile that leads us into this nature reserve come country park was just hidden behind some machinery, as is often the case. So we've got some nice trails on here to follow. Which way am I going? This way. Looks like some kind of monument here. Let's go and have a quick look. Peter Fiddler. Right, so dropping down from the Carvale Reserve there, I think we're about to join the Stockley Trail. This is a good bit because this is where I was trying to get to, or further down here, when I got blocked off by a closed gate last time I was out on a long run. So at least I get to see the Stockley Trail, which I was aiming for previously. Obviously an old railway line, this one. Right, just walking up this nice hill here with some tarmac on it. Took a wrong turning back there, I'm fairly sure. Having taken the official GPX for the race, imported that into Komoot, loaded Komoot on my watch this morning. I then selected to use the Garmin map rather than just the line you get with Komoot, thinking that would show me more detail, but something's amiss. There was a purple line showing where I should be, and then me on a different path. But I walked back to see where the other path was, and yeah, just couldn't figure out where it was, so yeah, I just carried on and they all joined up in the end, so no harm done. But I will compare the 3 different maps when I get back. Just going up through a nice wooded section behind Bramley Vale now. Very pleasant. I think we come out the other side of the trees at some point into a farmer's field, and then we do a bit of a loop back to Doley. So just walking a bit, hips aching a bit, knees only a 1 or 2 out of 10 soreness, and it goes away during the walking breaks, so not too concerned, but I'll be resting for a day or 2 after this. Okay, got just under 4 kilometers to go now. My hip on the right hand side is bothering me enough to slightly affect my running form now, so I'm just gently jog walking it back to the car from this point, and then looking forward to all the good recovery stuff when I get there. Some nice breakfast, hot bath, foam rolling, rest, sleep, drinking water, all that good stuff. So yeah, this is a fairly tough half marathon route. I don't think I've shown it in its best light today. My mood has been slightly affected by the knee and hip trouble I've been having, and the wintry conditions don't show it off in its best light. There's perhaps a bit more mud and less daylight than you'd get on race day in March, so I'm sure it'll be fantastic to do on the day. I need to decide whether I'm going to enter it yet. I'm not sure at this point, given how much the Carsington half marathon has affected my recovery in the subsequent week. I need to give it some serious consideration as to whether another half marathon before my A race in May, the Spire Ultra. So yeah, I'll give that some thought and get back to you. Thanks for watching today, guys. I'll see you soon.